It's the TCTV Training Show. The TCTV Training Show. They're learning how to shoot and learning how to light, learning how to mic and edit right. These are TCTV's finest in training, doing their best with focusing and framing. It's the TCTV Training Show. The TCTV Training Show. You're watching TCTV. It's the training show. The TCTV Training Show. They will get better.
Whoa. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. I think I'm somewhere where I shouldn't be. Hello? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Can anyone hear me out there? Anyone? Well, I think I'm trapped inside the TV. Wow. Oh my gosh. These must be all the shows that are on television. I wonder if I could just... Whoa. Now this is cool. Wow. Welcome to the TCTV Training Show. My name is Peter Goodmanson, and I'm a media trainer and facilitator at Thurston Community Television. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at some of the video segments that students in the digital field and editing class have produced. And they've done a variety of topics on many different things, so we're going to talk a little bit about each one, discuss some pros and cons, and generally just have a lot of fun. So let's get started. All right, I think our first segment is going to be by Jim Presley. So, well, if I can see his come in here. There it is. Okay, guys. I guess I'll blow this up so you can see it.
Your yard clippings, pizza boxes, kitchen scraps all start here in the blue barrel for pickup by Pacific Disposal. At the landfill, yard waste is transferred to large trailers for delivery to the Silver Springs organic composting site. Trailers extrude the waste onto the slab. Then to be scooped up and into the grinder. Then large windrows of compost waste are covered with a tarp for 45 days. Here is where the life as yard waste ends and the new life begins transformation. This process involves controlled air and moisture pulled through the pile into two long tubes under the pile through a system of piping and out through the biofilter of wood chips to rid the air of organisms and odor. Each pile is turned every 15 days. Once composting is complete, the pile is sifted and ready for sale to gardeners and landscapers. The pile you see to the left of the sifter is the sifted product. The front piles you see are tailings, which are then resifted and sold.
All right. Well, first of all, Jim, I love the music. That guitar has such a fine quality to it, and the music goes with pretty much anything you put to it. I also like that you had a voiceover in your piece. It breaks up the monotony a little bit, and it adds extra information that the viewers might not necessarily glean from the video itself. Although, Jim, I would recommend to do a few different takes on your voiceover. There were a couple times where you stumbled on your words, and it would have been worth your time to just pause and try another sentence to see if it ran a little bit smoother. And then you can always edit that second or third version in that might be a little bit better than the first. One thing that's often overlooked are continuity errors. For instance, in the beginning, there was a shot of you pushing a bin out to the street, and all of a sudden you vanished, and the bin was still there. So that was a little weird because, stop motion wasn't really a theme of the piece, so I'm pretty sure it was accidental. What I usually do is rewatch my piece all the way through, from beginning to end, so you can correct any errors that you may have missed while you were editing. One tip that you might remember is, in case you don't have a tripod for some reason or another, you can actually use your body as an anchor point. So just take your camera, prop it up against your chest, and turn the LCD screen so you can look down on it. And then you can pan left to right, maybe tilt up and down a little bit, and you'll have a much steadier, cleaner shot that you'll be proud of. Okay, well, I think we're going to go on to our next segment, and this one is by John Smith. So, oh crap, I missed it. Wait for it. Okay, guys, get ready.
Awesome.
Is it just as good as any of the bottled water you get in the store?
Better than bottled water.
All
Bottled
right.
water tastes like plastic. Thank you. Oh my God.
How long have you been coming to this well?
Let's see. It's about 1995.
Okay, that's a long time, 15 years.
Yeah, I guess so.
And how's the water?
It's the most amazing water ever.
How long you been coming here to this well?
About 8 years.
8 years. You like the water? How's it taste?
I do. It's really good.
I need a drink.
How long you been coming to this well?
This is our first time.
This your first time? Is that pretty good water?
That's great water.
How long you been coming to it?
4 years.
No, there's a place in Arkansas in Brooks where they have.
Is the water pretty tasty? long have you been coming to the well?
89.
Well, thank you so much, John, for that segment. I liked the intro where you had a shot of the artesian well name and motto, "It's the water." And that was a good way to kind of zoom out from that and introduce your viewers to the artesian well if they aren't familiar with it. I thought you used the tripod to great effect by panning and tilting and also zooming in on some of the details in the background and the people collecting water, getting a drink, etc. I thought that your timing of the quote on the back wall was just about perfect. See, the key there is to hold the camera there long enough for people of different reading levels to skim through it without missing anything. John, I really liked the classical music you had playing throughout your piece. One thing you want to be aware of is that there are two kinds of licenses for a piece of music. There's the original score, and then there's the current recording that you might use for something like this. Now, fair use laws could come into play here, but I would suggest just avoiding all of that entirely, and you can do that by using Creative Commons content. If you go to creativecommons.org, there's a list of all these different kinds of licenses that a bunch of websites use. Creative Commons is different than copyright in that it's just a lot more friendly for redistributing and remixing and that sort of thing. But always consult the license before you try to use that in something you'll air on TCTV. There were some framing issues. On the left side of the shot, sometimes I caught the shotgun microphone getting into the picture, as well as the shadow of you and your tripod. Always be aware of the light sources around you, especially the sun, because, it's the biggest light source of them all, and it really will break that fourth wall if people can see the camera in the shot. John, thanks for your segment. I think our next one is by Ann Bustamante, so it's around here somewhere. Let me see if I can spot it amongst all these clips. All right, here it is. It's kind of small, so let me expand it.
As all of you know, this is a benefit for the American Cancer Society. All of your ticket price and any other donations that you make tonight are going directly to colon cancer research with the American Cancer Society.
I know why you're lonely.
And I know why you're blue.
You're lonesome to see him.
And you long to see her too.
We're not in love with each other. We're in love with our best friends.
So
Let's invite them over again. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. When I said I love you, I was just joking around. I didn't think you'd take me seriously. and tie me down. Now that we've been married for all these years, I'm gonna tell you something you don't all these years. I love my horse. Don't look at me like it's a crime. I love my horse. I've known this for a long, long time.
Gah! Jeez. All right. Send that on its way. Wow, Anne, this was really, really great, and a touching topic, too. Let's talk about it a little bit. And the first thing that caught my eye was your use of a handheld title card at the very beginning of your piece. That's very old school. I kind of liked it, actually. There are title tools you can use inside of Final Cut, such as Boris, which allows you to put text on over a video so you don't have to do it the old-fashioned way. But it was a change of pace. I kind of liked it. If I might suggest any improvements about that is just to film it a little bit closer so you can read the text better, because it was a little bit small. Now, I realize that this is a pretty somber issue. I mean, the man had terminal cancer, but I think, Anne, you did a good job of choosing some of the more upbeat songs and lightening the mood a little bit. So, great job with your choice of clips to put in your final piece. There were times when you had a clip cut in over another one, and usually that's perfectly fine, especially in a wide shot where you can't exactly see that the mouths aren't synced up. But in this case, you forgot to take the audio track out of the B-roll or cut-in that you put over it. Usually for a concert like that, the best thing to do is to turn off your linked selection and then just select the audio and delete it from the B-roll, because you don't need it. You have the original source audio of the first clip, so you don't want two going together at the same time. One last thing, your final camera angle was framed in such a way that the person on the left was kind of blocking the shot. I mean, they had their arm and head there the entire time, and I thought that you could have done a lot better by just zooming in past that point so you could get a clean shot of the stage. Well, thanks for putting together that training segment, Ann. Our next one is by Rhonda Stone, and hers is, well, look, there it is. It's not even moving. It must be next. Well, that was easy. Okay, let's see this one in full screen.
Anybody can become a compulsive gambler. There's not like one type of person that's more susceptible or more prone to it. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter your sexuality or gender. I actually was in a relationship with somebody who was a problem gambler. It's just as bad on other people around as it is on the gambler themselves. It's really hard on them because they feel out of control and they feel like they just can't get out of the bad luck. They don't really see that it's an addiction. It starts taking a toll on your family. The whole family's finances go down. You have problems arguing and fighting and things like that. Personally, I've lost several apartments. I had like $16,000 of debt in 1 year just from gambling alone. I lost a car. I almost lost my whole family. I had $30 a month for groceries. And so, I mean, you try to do that and go to school at the same time.
My father is a compulsive gambler, and like it was already mentioned, it's the problem with compulsive gambling is that people don't realize that it is an addiction. And I didn't know when I first was told that my father was a gambler how serious it really was. I didn't realize it until our home was foreclosed, our cars were taken, and I found out that he stole thousands and thousands of dollars from my family members, from his workplace, just from everywhere. And I had to go through high school kind of going from having well-off parents to almost being homeless and barely finding another home.
The amount of money I I was gambling, went from $5 a hand to $10 to $25 to $50 to $100. Things just kept escalating again, and to a point where I ended up losing my home. 2 cars, my job, but most important of all, I lost my family. I have so many things I'd love to say to my daughter about what's happened over the last few years. But there's no amount of words that ever could explain how sorry I am, and the pain and the hurt that I put her through, the embarrassment that I put her through, and to tell her how much I love her. And how proud I am of her today, and despite everything that happened, how tough she was to go through all those trying times, and everything she's accomplished over the last few years, and that I love her very much, and I hope that one day we can sit down and talk.
Holy cow, this segment was incredible. First of all, your titles and the voiceover underneath it were an excellent juxtaposition of media, and you kept my attention throughout that entire intro sequence, even before we had video. I was also impressed that you had multiple cameras that you took to your shoot. One thing that you should be really careful about, though, is that the white balance on both of the cameras are the exact same, or you might have a little bit of trouble. The close-up shot of the girl at the table was a lot warmer than the wide shot, which seemed to be a little bit cooler, colder, bluer. And you can change this in post using the color correction tool, but I would recommend fixing this during your production so you don't have to worry about it later, and your master footage is as good as it can get. Wow, the interview with the father was very powerful. I thought that your choice of framing him close up was a great way of getting the emotion of his face. You could even see the tears running down his cheeks, and it just broke my heart. But I thought it was a very sad but extremely effective piece, so thank you so much for that, Rhonda. So, I think we're going to go on to our training tip of the day, so stay tuned. There it is. Okay.
Hello, Eric Oderman with TCTV. So, you've recorded some footage on your Flip Ultra camcorder. Now you're ready to take the footage off of that device, put it on your external hard drive, and start editing using the Flip Ultra software found on our cows here at TCTV. Very easy to get started. All you need to do is press the power button to turn on the Flip Ultra camcorder, deploy the USB stick, and then plug the Flip Ultra directly into one of the USB ports on the back of the iMac. Once you've got the Flip Ultra connected, you'll want to open a Finder window, select the Flip Ultra from the devices list, and then choose the DCIM folder, and inside that you'll find another folder with all of your video clips labeled as MP4 files. Select your video clips and drag them onto your external hard drive and into a folder of your choice. The transfer will take a few moments. Next, open the FlipShare program. Once it's open, we'll need to import the files from your external hard drive into FlipShare. Select File, Import. Navigate to the folder containing the MP4 video files on your external hard drive. Select them and then click Open. After a few moments, each clip will appear inside of FlipShare as a thumbnail. As you can see, I recorded some footage from around TCTV. You can press the play button underneath a clip's thumbnail image to preview the clip. If you want to trim a clip, press the scissor button underneath a clip's thumbnail. A new window will open and you can grab each end to shorten the clip to the desired length. Select Save As to make this edit a separate clip, or just press Save to overwrite the old clip. So let's make a movie. Select Create Movie and then drag and drop clips in the order you want them to appear in the finished product. FlipShare will place the very first clip into the movie by default, but you can rearrange things any way you want by simply clicking and dragging on the thumbnails. So the Magic Movie feature will let FlipShare create an automatic collage of your clips. You'll probably want to select full length, however. Next, select what titles you'd like in the movie. I'll check this first option and then edit the text to put a title at the very front of the movie. FlipShare doesn't provide any options for changing the formatting of the text. You can also add credits to the end of the movie. If you'd like to add music, you may choose from FlipShare's included tracks or from another file on the computer, such as the royalty-free music on each iMac desktop. I'll stick with FlipShare's selections for now. TCTV is a pretty groovy place, so I'll select that track. There's a few volume options. I want my music to play softer than the audio recorded by my camcorder. Give your movie a file name and then select Create Movie. After a few minutes, you'll see the movie appear with the rest of your clips inside of FlipShare. Again, you may preview the movie by pressing the play button underneath its thumbnail image. To save this movie back onto your external hard drive, select it by clicking its thumbnail and then choose File Export and navigate to your hard drive and then press Choose. Now if you open Finder and navigate to that location, you'll find a QuickTime file of your movie. And that's all there is to editing with the Flip Ultra here at TCTV. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. Otherwise, have fun, and thanks for watching.
Okay, well that about does it. Thanks for watching the TCTV Training Show. Remember, the training show airs Thursday nights at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 3:30 on TCTV Channel 22. If you want to become enrolled in the class, just come to one of our orientations. They're free. So give us a call at 360-956-3100 in order to learn more about the orientation and the digital fields and editing classes. So all we have to do is figure out how to get out of this TV. Did not think about that.
It's the TCTV Training Show. The TCTV Training Show. They're learning how to shoot and learning how to light, learning how to mic and edit right. These are TCTV's finest in training, doing their best with focusing and framing. It's the TCTV Training Show. The TCTV Training Show. You're watching TCTV. It's the training show. The TCTV Training Show. They will get better.